Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yep.
This is a game that they should have won by more. And that's kind of just how I view it. They had the game. They were down. They were winning the game. Like you said, the Mike Evans injury hurt. Ibuka has a big game. Sterling Shepard as well stepped up to the plate. But they really just should have been better. The Jets defense made them work for it a lot. Shout out Aaron Glenn. Aaron Glenn seems like he's building a culture. He was, even after the loss, he was still up and down clapping. He thought they fought hard, which is...
Did you see the dance after the blocked field goal?
Yeah.
That was so funny.
It was.
You just killed me.
Yeah, he played well. Will McDonald, I think, was the guy who got the block return for the touchdown.
Yeah, it was Will McDonald. Yep.
So, Buccaneers have to stop playing with their food. This is 3 weeks in a row now where they're fighting late in the game and have to make a game-winning drive in back-to-back weeks now. So, I still like the Bucs going forward, but I think they just got to be better overall.
My main thing in my notes here is I said that I haven't seen this game since the first quarter, and now all of a sudden the Jets are in it. Because they just didn't.
Pretty much was it.
They didn't show it on Red Zone. The Bucs were up 23-5 at one point in the fourth. I was barely watching this game. I get it back on because it comes on Red Zone. All of a sudden it's 26-20, and then oh my God, block field goal. Now the Jets are winning somehow. Yeah. Just absolutely insane. I also, of course, the Aaron Glenn dance. I just think it's so funny. I really, really, really wanted the Jets to win this game. It would have been great for AG. I did have someone point out to me, and by someone I mean my brother today, that despite me saying that the Bucs are going to win the Super Bowl, I've bet against them or not bet on them every single week so far to start the season, and they're 3-0. But regardless, I guess if I would have bet against them this week, it would have covered. But still, the Bucs. I wanted to say about the Bucs, they were such a bad rushing team like 2 years ago, and I don't remember the stat that I saw today, but I think they have like 11 straight games with like over 100 team rushing yards or something.
Yeah, 122 today. So
is that? I think that's the stat. Maybe I'm wrong, but
makes
they've
sense.
completely figured it out, and they've been a significantly better team and a significantly better offense since they figured that out.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's just bringing in a guy like Bucky Irving, who's an elite talent.
Yeah,
and I mean, they could have drafted a punter like a different team and not be able to run the ball. So
yeah. Okay. The Jets go. Oh, we already talked. Jets go into Miami Monday night. We both took Miami, but we both also took the Jets. And then Bucs Eagles, we just talked about. Got the Eagles. So we'll move on to Raiders at Commanders here. And my main note from this game has nothing to do with the game at all. Dan Quinn got rocked.
Yes.
He got absolutely rocked.
I also have that note.
Yeah.
Taken out by Mariota. He was bleeding.
Yeah. You said it was Mariota?
Yeah, I believe it was Mariota who took him out. Bloody nose football guy.
Yeah, that big time football. Dude, the
way
his head hit the he was concussed, I think.
I think he was 100% concussed, but he got right back up.
He gets away. And my other main thing from this game I have is a question for you. Mariota's got to be one of the best backup quarterbacks in the league, right?
I think he's a solid one to have. I don't know if he's one of the best. Honestly, I think Cliff Kingsbury might just be very good.
Who's better than him?
Good question. I'd have to look at teams. I mean, is Mac Jones better than him?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Who else is Tyson Bagent better than him? No, I don't think Tyson Bagent's better.
Carson Wentz? No.
Yeah, Carson Wentz. I'd put Carson Wentz above him.
I wouldn't.
I would put Carson Wentz above him.
Crazy that you would put Carson Wentz above him.
Carson Wentz when he's on the Colts, that wasn't a terrible season.
It ended bad. You're maybe looking at it better because you're in a good spot now.
It ended bad, yes, but it was up there. I like Cooper Rush. I think Cooper Rush is
Cooper Rush, yeah, too.
Jimmy G's out there. Not terrible. Minshew was kind of bad. I think I'd take Mariota over him. It's also one game.
Yeah.
I'd take Kirk over him. Who also
Cousins?
played today. Yes.
Oh, yes, he did also play today. We'll talk about him next. Well, actually, we could really just talk about him next. I don't have much to say about this game. Genty was a lot better today, but still not great.
Yeah, I have just a few things. The Commanders' offense was very good without Daniels. Could it be Cliff Kingsbury? They lose Eckler with the Achilles injury. Their running back room is kind of just you could flip a coin and it's any of them.
I lean JCM for fantasy.
I do, but he had 826. He does get a touchdown.
Yeah.
Jeremy McNichols, if he gets 4 carries, has a huge 60-yard touchdown run. Yeah. And then there's also Chris Rodriguez, who got the bulk of the carries with 11 for 39. We already talked about McLaurin, so we're going to talk about that. And then Ashton Genty, had a better day today. Just that offensive line is atrocious.
Yeah, it's
and
bad.
Geno was better today. It's just that offense, with that offensive line and everything, it's just not the best situation.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And then
Trey Tucker, though. massive game.
Yes,
8
huge.
catches,
Yes.
145 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
I think he had the most fantasy points this week.
Yeah,
of any
probably.
player. Crazy. And then last thing we got here, Raiders play the Bears next week in Vegas.
I'm going with the
Fun
Bears.
game. I got the Bears, though, yeah.
I'm going with the Bears.
And then Commanders go into Atlanta.
Um,
I lean Washington there, I think.
with what we saw from Atlanta this week, I think you have to go Commanders, but I think the Falcons can fix it.
And that's perfect.
So I go with Atlanta. Bounce back week.
Yep.
And speaking of the Atlanta-Carolina game,
Yep.
maybe I'm back. I might be back.
I think so.
I said it last year, and after 3 weeks, I thought it was the worst take I ever made, was to pick the Panthers to finish above the Saints last year.
Yep.
This year, I went a step further, you said. I can't remember if I did or not, but I think I might have.
Man of what?
And picked them to finish above the Falcons.
You did. Yeah, you picked them for second. You picked Bucs, Panthers, Falcons, Saints.
Well, they're tied now. They're both 1-2, and the Panthers have a head-to-head 30-0 victory.
Yep.
So
Domination.
domination wasn't close at all. I mean, Michael Penix, worst game of his career, probably 2 interceptions, nothing going. The
Gets
run
benched
game
for Kirk Cousins. That had
Yeah.
to feel good for Kirk.
that did have to feel good for Kirk. Did you see the video of Kirk that came out after he got benched?
No.
Talking to Andy Dalton, he's basically just saying like, this sucks. Like I hate this.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
Wait, Andy Dalton's on the Falcons too?
When he was I think it was a TV show, like the Netflix show or whatever.
Oh, quarterback, yeah.
Yeah, it could have been that. But yeah, Falcons just bad. The Panthers defense played probably the best game they have in 2 years. Bryce Young didn't even have to do much. Still didn't look great.
Yeah, the
Only
good scramble touchdown. That was
Yeah.
sick.
Outside of that, though, when the run game is there, this team is better, and they ran the ball for 110 yards. So
Yeah.
that's what they've needed,
100%.
and they pick up a 30-0 victory. So
Falcons, they gave up on Younghoe Koo a little bit early, huh?
they 100% did. And that's
I don't
also
understand that at all.
I do have that in my notes as well. As they cut Younghoe Koo for Parker Romer after he went 5 for 5 last week, but starts this week 0 for 2 on field goals.
Yeah, and they weren't even that deep.
No.
So I'll just give my my dud of the week in this. My dud of the week is the Falcons front office for getting rid of Younghoe Koo.
Yeah.
Free my boy Younghoe Koo.
One of the top kickers in the last 5 years.
It's crazy.
My dud of the week is kicking procedure.
Yeah, just in
Because
general. Yeah.
A lot of
Blocking.
teams couldn't get it done.
I know. It was either a kick was blocked or the defense used leverage and went over.
Yeah.
I hate the leverage flag. I hate it.
I love it.
Yeah, I know you do. What else do I have about this game? Not a ton. What?
Belt to ass.
Yeah, no. Complete belt ass. The Falcons really struggle on first down, I noticed.
Yeah.
They're always in 2nd and 10, 3rd and 10, like consistently in long down and distance. Like, just need to find a way to get 5 yards on first down. That like these best offenses in the league, like that's why the Lions were so good last year with Ben Johnson. And we'll talk about the Bears with Ben Johnson today, but they were just so good of getting that 5, 6, 7 yards on first down.
Mhm. And that's
When you
another.
can't do that, you're in a bad spot.
Colts were doing that all day. So
Yeah, exactly.
the best offense is put yourself in good positions, and that's how you be an elite offense.
100%. And next week, Falcons, Commanders. I said Commanders. You said Falcons, right?
Yeah.
And then Panthers at Patriots.
We're
We're both going to England. All right. I will take us in here to our last game of the first slate, Texans at Jags. Texans have I don't know if this is a fact. Texans have won 7 straight games in Jacksonville leading up to today.
Probably.
I think
Texans own 'em.
that was the stat. Maybe I'm making
Or
that
it might
up.
have been. Is it reversed? Or if it's one way. I think it's Texans own the Jags.
I think so. Not today.
Yeah.
Not today. They didn't. They lose here. Really, really bad Stroud interception in the 4th quarter after they caught a huge break with who's the kicker? Cam Little on the Jaguars. He missed a field goal. And then Stroud had a really bad read interception. Jags also lead the league in interceptions, which is
defensively
an insane stat. Extremely clutch interception on the other side, though, for Petrie late in this game. And honestly, I thought that was the moment it was going to turn around for the Texans because they get that pick from Petrie, and then it's immediately like a 50-yard touchdown to Nico Collins on a blown coverage. And then immediately after that is a turnover on downs for Jacksonville. So it was like bang, 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 pick, touchdown, turnover on downs, and it looked like the Texans were going to go there. And then I was already writing my notes in preparation for a Jags loss. I was already making excuses for Trevor Lawrence, which he deserves because there was like 7 drops, I think, from the Jags receivers today. It was really, really bad. They could not stop dropping passes. But basically the most important play of the game was that deep pass to BTJ in the fourth quarter late. ETN has a huge blitz pickup on a play action. Trevor Lawrence drops back, throws it down to BTJ, and then the next play, ETN runs it up the middle, scores a touchdown. They win the game. I had the Texans money line. I'm still pissed about this game, but yeah, the Texans offense is fucking broken.
It is. It's been broken for a year and a half now, though.
Yeah.
At this point.
And people are acting like, even Scott Hansen said on Red Zone today, he was like, yeah, people are really wondering what's going on with the Texans offense in the first 3 games here. And I'm like, the first 3 games? Yeah. Thinking the last 20 games.
Yes,
like, it's been a problem.
It's been strange. They fired Bobby Slowick after last season, new offensive coordinator. It hasn't improved. And you can blame the offensive line as much as you want. It's still, at some point, the quarterback has to play a little bit better.
100%.
And there needs to be some honest conversations about C.J. Stroud at some point, because was that rookie season a fluke? I mean, that rookie season, the offensive line was still bad.
Yeah.
Very bad. And they didn't really have a run game. They had a run game last year, and that's another thing that they're missing right now. But the last 2 years now, and that's been the biggest change, I think, in their offense, was the rookie year, C.J. Stroud did not throw interceptions. It was like a record.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, he threw a lot, and he started out this year throwing a lot of interceptions.
Oh, yeah.
So at some point, they got to start talking about that. They do need Joe Mixon back, and that's if he's healthy. He's getting older.
Yeah.
Nick Chubb
it's getting bad.
Had the rushing touchdown last week. What they're saying also that they might have just let him score on purpose so they could get the ball with more time. He's older. Woody Marks is a great receiving back for him. Nico Collins finally has a big game. 8 catches, 104 yards for him, and a touchdown. When it came down to the game-winning drive, he got hurt and was off the field.
Yep.
You need him on the field. I wrote down trash versus garbage quarterback battle going on.
Trash versus garbage.
In my opinion, I don't genuinely at this point through 3 weeks, you can't even deny it, is that Daniel Jones is the best quarterback in this division.
He's played the best, yeah, for sure.
And it's not even really close.
No, it's not close. But I'll keep saying Trevor played all right today. Dude, he played against the best defense in the league, arguably, and his receivers dropped like 7 passes. What do you want him to do there?
No, you're a Trevor Lawrence lover, so I understand where you're coming from. But no one, he was billed as top guy, and he hasn't been at all. You can agree with that.
Yeah.
But at some point, he's got to start putting up the numbers, and he has really never done it. He's never put up the numbers like a top quarterback.
He had good numbers in the season where they made the playoffs.
He really didn't. If you look at the numbers, he never eclipsed 300 yards. I think he only did it once. Never eclipsed really more than 2 touchdowns. I mean, they were winning games, but it's just at some point he's got to deliver, and he doesn't. Only a 50% completion percentage. Some quarterbacks get very scolded for that. Another quarterback who has a bad completion percentage and a lot of drops would still get scolded for his completion percentage. So but he did have a lot of drops. Brian Thomas Jr.'s got to wake up. He still hasn't been great. He had the one big play, but that was really
ETN has been fantastic through 3 weeks.
Yeah, Parker Washington as well. He had 11 targets, only 4 catches. That's not good. Do not need that. And, the trash versus garbage, like I said, in my opinion. Both quarterbacks threw a terrible interception, though. Trevor Lawrence threw a bad one, and C.J. Stroud threw a bad one back-to-back.
Stroud's felt worse to me.
Yeah, it did.
It felt worse. Just because it was, I don't know, it's like a hesitation, then he did it, and it was bad.
And I think part of me about the C.J. Stroud stuff and why I said that they need to start talking about him is after the rookie year, he was talking so much shit.
He was talking his shit.
He was talking like, I'm a top 3 quarterback. They asked him to rank his top 5. I got myself at 3. And ever since, he just hasn't really been that good.
To be fair, in his defense, everyone was, at that point, was like, oh, Stroud's top 5.
I mean, he played top 5. Yeah, he played like it, but ever since, he hasn't.
Yeah.
So.
Who's been better this year so far, Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud? Let's have a conversation.
C.J. Stroud's still been better than Bryce Young, but
Bryce Young is a winning record. Or not a.
No, he's 1-2, not 0-3.
Yeah, it's better than 0-3. Yeah. I didn't know what to call a 1-win record in a positive sense.
Yeah, it has a win.
Yeah, he has a win. All right. We already talked about Browns, Packers, and Texans, Titans, right?
Yeah.
Take us to the afternoon slate.
Broncos, Chargers is the first game here. Back-to-back heartbreaking losses for the Broncos. 2 weeks in a row, they should probably be 3-0, but mismanaged it a little bit, and they're down. They started 1-5 in 2023 and almost made the playoffs, so hopefully they can figure it out. I think they will. I still think they're one of the better teams in the AFC. Their defense is still very good. They were down 10-7 or so at halftime. Started out the halftime big, scored 17 points on 3 possessions where the Chargers only had 1 total yard. But after that, the Chargers flipped the script and scored the final 13 points to win the game. So divisional game, Chargers win another one. They have dominated the AFC West so far, up to 3-0, getting themselves out to a head start. So, Bo Nix, he's played well so far throughout the season, but just got to finish.
Yep. I mean, just got to finish. The Broncos offense, they've been struggling for most of the year so far, but they've been able to overcome it. They've been able to get wins outside of, if they didn't have the leveraging in in the Colts game, they would be 2-0 going into this game. They started out slow today on offense, but they ended up getting in a rhythm, and they took control of this game.
They did.
I'll be honest, like I told you, I was kind of dozing off here in the first half of the second slate, but I dozed off feeling like the Broncos were in charge of this game, and when I woke up, they were still in charge of this game, but they really just fell apart late. Those last few drives, they gave up 10 points in the fourth quarter on the last 2 drives, and that's really what it came to. If you're gonna play in low scoring games like this, you gotta be. You can't be shocked when you choke, because it takes 2 bad defensive drives, and like they gave up a field goal and a touchdown, and that was all it took. So it's unfortunate. You would expect the Broncos' offense to be a lot better this year. In year 2, Bo Nix kind of experiencing. We're seeing some year 2 slumps early.
Yeah.
May, Daniels.
Well, I'd say honestly,
Nix.
May has probably performed the best out of the 3.
But none of them
in my
have been
opinion.
great.
They haven't been great.
Caleb, none of them have been great.
I'd say May might be
McCarthy.
Well, no, the fumble though does hurt.
If you want to count
McCarthy
McCarthy,
doesn't count as a sophomore slump. He counts as bad.
yeah, he counts as bad. Yeah. But I don't think I have anything. Oh, big thing for the Chargers here. Despite what you think about the Chargers, some people think they've kind of been squeaking out games, and maybe the Chiefs aren't that good. Regardless, they're 3-0 in division. It's a good way to start
that's what I
the
was saying.
season.
They're 3-0 in division,
It's a
and
good way to start the season.
I mean, I expect the Chiefs to win this game, but 3-0 division record's huge.
Yeah.
I have 2 things, a fantasy tidbit for each team.
Let's hear your tidbits.
I guess 2 tidbits for the Chargers and 1 for the Broncos. Quentin Johnston, man, 6 catches, 89 yards, might be wide receiver 1 on this team right now. The way he's playing, I was under the impression it was going to be Ladd McConkey. He hasn't really been the main guy. 4 catches, 41 yards for him. So Quentin Johnston, very, very good so far, and a lot of people rate him off, and he's not writing back. And then on the receiving end for the Broncos, Cortland Sutton, 6 catches, 118 yards, and a touchdown. I said it a lot on our TikTok live. If you still have Cortland Sutton, don't panic. Start him. Dominate again. And I think he's going to be great for the rest of the season, no matter what.
Okay. What else do we got here? Broncos, Bengals Monday night. We talked about Chargers, Giants. We have not talked about next week. Chargers at Giants.
So that's a good game for the Giants or the Chargers to get. So
yeah,
I think they could go to 4-0.
Good chance to start 4-0. And I will give a little teaser at the end of the show today. I do have a small game for us.
Okay.
That's might end up being a recurring segment on the show. All right, Saints at Seahawks.
Glance over this one.
Yeah, yeah, good idea. Really the biggest thing here, JSN took over on the first drive, had like 3 catches for like 60 yards and a touchdown, and then a punt return touchdown to start the game. 14-0 Seattle. That was also, weirdly enough, Seattle's first punt return touchdown since 2015.
I saw that, and it was Lockett.
Yeah, crazy. Seahawks just dominated this whole game. Darnold didn't really have to do much. He was fairly efficient. I think the Seahawks defense is nasty. I've been saying that all year, said it all year last year. Anytime they're playing against a bad offense, I think they eat them alive. And my last point, this was supposed to be K9's week. He wasn't that good on the ground, but he did get 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, he had a decent day with the touchdowns.
He only had 30 yards though.
Yeah, I mean they did, like you said, they didn't have to do much. It was just a dominant performance. Their defense. Mike McDonald starting to emerge as he's a very young head coach as well.
Yeah,
he's starting to flex a little bit. This defense very good. I mean, they're playing the Saints, so you can't say too much, but dominant game. This was a game where I wrote that I looked away for maybe like 20 minutes after the Torrey Horton punt return. Great return by him. And I look back and it was like 30-6. So
that'll do it.
And I was like, okay, well, I don't even have to have this game on the box anymore. Just got rid of it. So
even when there's only 4 games and you don't even replace it with anything. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we could power right over that, and we've already talked about both their teams' next games, right? Saints at Bills, obviously, and then Seahawks at Cardinals. Oh, we have not talked Seahawks at Cardinals. Thursday night football.
Seahawks Cardinals. That's a big Thursday night game. It's probably the biggest Thursday night game so far. Almost.
I got the Birds.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna
go.
The
Seahawks.
I'll say they're both Birds.
Yes,
I was trying to figure out who you.
The Seahawks. Yeah. fuck the Cardinals.
I wanna pick the Cardinals, but I'm gonna go Seahawks. I'm gonna stick with the Seahawks there. That's gonna be a good game though. I'm very excited for that.
All right. Cowboys, Bears. Bears finally get their first win.
That's all you got to say. No, I'm just kidding.
Nah, I was giving it to you to talk
No,
about.
I know.
But their offense
Caleb
was back.
Williams, one of the best games of his career, if not the best game of his career. 4 touchdowns, no picks, almost threw for 300 yards.
Yep.
Bears fans are going to be so back. The run game still isn't there for Chicago. DeAndre Swift, like I've been saying, I don't think he's that good. 13 carries, 33 yards for him, though. But the pass game, Luther Burden breaks out. Only gets 3 catches, but 100-plus yards and a touchdown. We see Rome Odunze, they get a big touchdown as well. Colston Loveland gets 1 catch for 30 yards. Nice to at least see him do something.
Yeah.
See the Bears picks at least give some sort of addition to the team. Defensively for the Bears, they played better. Tyreek Stevenson makes a big play to start the game and really got them into the game. Just completely stripped the ball from Javonte Williams, who had a nice run. And that really got the Bears going, and their offense was great from there on. They had a nice flea flicker touchdown. Ben Johnson was in his bag.
Oh, yeah.
And Dak Prescott struggled against this Bears defense. The Bears defense finally stands strong. Javonte Williams had an okay day, but outside of Jake Ferguson, George Pickens gets a big touchdown, and we talked about the CD injury. So
yeah, I mean, the CD injury is the biggest story. Caleb, 4 touchdowns, 4 turnovers for the Cowboys as well. But you said it with Ben Johnson in his bag. This reminded me, this offense kind of felt like 2024 Lions to me. Couple trick plays, a lot of end arounds, flea flicker, and they went and they put up 31 and beat the shit out of the Cowboys. Bears were underdogs at home in this game.
yeah,
So
the only difference is the run game.
yeah, the run game wasn't there, but they took care of they went out and they dominated early. They forced a fumble in the first drive, then they scored a touchdown, scored another touchdown. Felt like the Bears knew that they had to go out and get a win today. It's hard to say there's a must win in week 3, but it felt like one for the Bears, and they went.
Yeah, especially at home.
Took care of business. Yeah, exactly. All right, we talked to Bears Raiders. We talked to Cowboys Packers. Final game, Cardinals Niners. Niners win this one at the buzzer. Mac Jones. This was an ugly game. Mostly field goals and punts for this entire game. Biggest play of the game looked like it was going to be that pin punt by Arizona, because Arizona pinned them, and then they got the safety from San Francisco because of it. Then they went up, what was it, 1 or 2?
15-13.
Yeah, 15-13 after the safety. And then Pinheiro, his game winner, ended up changing the pin punt from being the biggest play of the game. But yeah, ugly on both sides. Mac Jones football, ton of touches for CMC. It kind of, I don't know. CMC doesn't look bad, but does it to you look like everything looks harder to him?
I would say yes, but I feel like a part of that is because there's no Brock Purdy to
maybe
open things up.
It just looks like he's really it's difficult for him.
And the offensive line is not as good as it was 2 years ago.
That's what I mean mainly, is I feel like there's a bit of a dip there.
Yeah.
And I expected the Niners to be able to win this game by a lot more. I thought they were going to cover. They didn't cover in this game. Only winning by 1. Spread was 2.5 for them. But you got to wait and see till Purdy comes back. Big for the Niners to start 3-0, though. I mean, that's huge.
Needed that and get a divisional win here.
Yeah, they get a divisional win, which puts them at 2-0 in the division early. Still haven't played the Rams, which that's
the big one.
Yeah, that's going to be the big one. And we'll see what happens with the Seahawks. But, yeah, I mean, the Niners it's not just Purdy. They have a good amount of injuries. And for them to start 3-0 with all these injuries is just huge if they can get healthy by the end of the year and they already have this cushion for themselves. We both said they were a playoff team this year. We both had them winning the division. They're in a good spot to do that.
They are, and this is a very good division. I think all 4 of these teams are very good teams and could fight for a playoff spot. But Mac Jones doesn't play great.
All 4?
Yeah, I'm going to say all 4. But, yeah, fights for a playoff spot. Mac Jones played well. Not great, but he got the job done. He gets the win. He's 2-0 with them this year. Ricky Pearsall, I was worried about Ricky Pearsall this week going into this game. Will Johnson doesn't play for the Cardinals. That hurt him. And Pearsall has a fantastic game, 117 yards on 8 catches. CMC gets 10 catches in this game. But he was bottled up for most of the game, didn't really run the ball well at all. Ugly game, Cardinals. Marvin Harrison's the leading receiver, but had a really bad drop. That hurts. He's definitely not the wide receiver 1 in that draft class anymore. Unfortunately, it's easily Neighbors and could be Brian Thomas Jr. and then him. But needs to be better. McBride gets a touchdown. He's finally starting to get those end zone touches. And I will say, I'll give Gannon his props. The defense is looking better.
Yeah, they're looking a little bit better.
They're looking like a good unit.